is that I just love this, that they called them soundings. So when you took a rock and tied it to a string and hook it over the side and it hit the bottom, that was a sounding, even though it had nothing to do with sound. And now, you know, like, it's a word that's just, it's aged really well, right? As technology has advanced, that now soundings are projecting sound at the seafloor. But yeah, your original lead line, piano weight.
So depth sounding did not come from the fact that we use sound now?
Yeah.
It came independently. Wow, that's really cool. That is a fun fact. That is absolutely a fun fact.
Yeah.
The fact is fun.
The Maritime Museum in Amsterdam had a lot of old lead lines and older equipment for
that's awesome.
doing that. It was really cool.
Very cool to see.
Did you say something about a piano weight?
Yeah, piano wire used to be what you used to make depth soundings, because it was really thin and strong. And so you'd attach a lead line to a piano weight, and they had these big, like, flywheels that would pull them back up. You know, for in the earliest, it would just be a rope and a weight and a rock, and if it was deeper than your rope was, then it was the deepest place in the world. You know, just couldn't measure it. But a lot of the expeditions that made the soundings across the Atlantic used piano wire and weight, and you know, an expedition might collect 500 soundings. You know, would be in an entire expedition, and now we collect 486 beams of a sounding each time in a single swath width from the multi-beam. Yeah, it is. It's you know, just orders of magnitude better, you know, in our mapping system now, and in the density of data that you're able to collect.
You said it'd be 500 points would make an expedition back with the piano wire. How many points do you think we get on a mapping cruise?
Millions.
Aaron,
is
are
it
you
millions or
listening in the
billions
data
or
lab?
trillions? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, at every 10 seconds-ish. Is that right?
500 every 10 seconds?
I'm looking at miles.
Probably like 800 or 900 every ping, if we're in single swath. And there's ping every, depending on the depth. I mean, the number of pings remains constant, more or less. But your frequency would increase with shallower water.
I see, okay.
Yeah.
What would be like 2,000 meters? How many times did you get your 900 pings, 800, 900 pings?
It's what, 1,500 meters a second on average. So looking at a second and a third down, a second and a third back.
Yeah.
Let's call it 3 seconds.
Yeah.
3 seconds for 900 pings, so, okay.
Do that math. Work it out for us viewers at home. If you get 900 pings every 3 seconds, and we go mapping for 14 days, and assume we're at a constant depth at 2,000 meters, which is not the depth we've been really mapping at too much, but go ahead and work that out.
Oops.
Yeah.
10,000 pings a minute.
You're not on SPL, we can't hear you, but yes, the back row superpowers of math can help us at this point.
I can't multiply, only divide.
You're talking to me?
Only divide.
Don't say 7, Zuna.
Don't do it. Yeah. I think it's a challenge for it's a math challenge for our viewers at home. I like that. We'll keep it with that.
4.
I could say 7,000 if you want.
Say 7 billion, you'll be closer.
Billion.
Price is Right rules. As close as you can without going over.
$1, Bob.
$1 pings.
Question coming in, are we recording sound down there? We are not. Could you hear whale songs? Good question. Depend where whales were. There are a couple different boundary layers within the ocean that sound travels incredibly well, or that sound does not travel very well vertically down through. There are
I'll stretch out a little bit.
Interference as you
keep it
travel
around
that
25.
We don't record sound from the vehicles because the vehicles are making so much sound. It would drown out or just interfere with the other sounds that would be out there. So we're not recording or transmitting any sound from the ROVs. Everything you're hearing up here are from our transmitting, like broadcasting miles still. Yeah. You're like, nah. I'm like,
I didn't say anything.
nah. Your face said. So we're all sitting in a room together for context. And so all the sound you are hearing coming over Nautilus Live is coming from the microphones that are here in the control van, and occasionally microphones other places on the ship. Elsewhere. Otherwhere on the ship.
Otherwhere.
Elsewhere. Data lab. Lounge.
Wet lab.
Wet lab. Although it is possible for us to connect in with scientists ashore or with our mission control center that's at the Inner Space Center. So we could also have folks joining us in conversation from there. But we don't currently on this dive.
We do not.
Oop, sea bottom.
Not for long.
No. I can do whale calls if you want.
Sure.
You?
Go for it.
I can do a mute whale call.
Ah, classic mute whale. They're hard to find.
Do it again.
That was good.
Yeah, you don't need to turn off SPL for that. The people at home would love to hear that too.
Just above the human threshold for hearing.
Yeah, exactly. You just can't hear it.
Yeah.
Only small dogs can hear the sound.
Would it be just below? Aren't whales like super deep voices? Also deep water.
Both, yeah.
And
Bathymetric voices.
tell us about whale voices, Jake.
Yeah. Well, you got the larger whales, like the blue whale, fin whale, sei whale, and they communicate very low frequencies, like 10 to 20 hertz, and we have to speed that up to hear them. And then, and they're usually like very short pulses. Or the blue whale has like a ton of different vocalizations that they do, but and then you got something like a sperm whale uses echolocation clicks, and that's very high frequency, and so
Wow.
you can't really hear those.
They make so many crazy sounds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
awesome.
Acoustic navigation.
There's the southern resident killer whales live right in between Trevor and my house. It's one of their frequent foraging ranges, and there's a lot of different hydrophones in the water, all are up and down the Harrow Strait, trying to listen for them. And a friend of mine is the marine mammal stranding coordinator, so there's just a button on her phone. She's got the app to pull up the hydrophones. And last summer, we were all together, and she got a call on her phone to pull up this, and there was a sperm whale that had come inside Vancouver Island, had come in the North Channel, and then swam all the way down in between the rest of British Columbia. And that thing was just like, where am I? I am stuck inside. But it was coming right along, and it was clicking, and you could listen to the vocalizations all throughout the whole channel, which was
Bridge is gone.
Go for video. Copy that.
Great.
Must have dried out.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome. We just got more information about soundings. Thanks, viewers, for writing in. Old-fashioned soundings were to see if the type of bottom was sound for anchoring, like if it was
wow.
applicable. So the lead line had a little wax end on it, which I do remember that I did know, and it would pick up whatever it hit. So the leadsman would read the material and then wipe it off. So sand or shell would hold, or rock or mud would not. And like, I see some problems in that system, as far as things sticking to wax, but that's so cool.
The leadsman. Wow. There's a job title.
Short-lived.
Yeah. Best be continuing to learn new technology in that job. So we are not recovering the vehicles. We are still near the seafloor. We are just hopping off a little bit of a, this is almost a scalloped edge. So as we're rising, we're coming up a slope, and then it has a unique little mound, goes down a little, and then rises up to a next higher, you know, sort of sub-summit as we've gone up the side. We've been calling them scoots because they are along the side of Dragon's Back Seamount here. So little dragon scoots.
Sub-summit.
Sub-summit, yep. So we've just climbed up the third one, and then rather than, you know, going down a slope is difficult with an ROV because you either need to turn around and face it so the camera can see it, and then you're backing down, or you can just fly off, continuing forward off in the midwater until you reach, until you're directly above the water column, above the low point that you want to start again, and then just drop back down to the seafloor like we're doing right now. So we are continuing up scoot number 4. Well, we are about to hand over the watch to the 12 to 4 team, and they will take you up scoot number 4.
Up scoot, down scoot.
Up scoot, down scoot. Scoot, scoot.
Scoot up the down scoot.
Lots of tracks.
Yeah, look at those. That's incredible.
Like the one that did a victory lap in
Yeah.
the center bottom.
Burning out.
Little loop-de-doo.
Yeah.
What are those little things sticking up?
Sea pens.
What are they?
Should I go for it? Maybe I'll go for it. Just for funsies.
Look at all the sea pens here. Wow, this looks so different than where we started.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot flatter.
Wayne, could you iris down a bit, please?
Oh, sorry. Ah. Yep.
So no currents through here?
Go ahead and
Is that why
zoom.
it'd be so flat?
Zoom in.
Yeah,
And why those tracks might be lasting a long time?
yeah.
Woo! High speed pirouette. Sport mode.
Sport mode engaged. Well, we're kind of hiding down from the
All
current.
right, come
here.
on.
Oh, a little crawly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're-
Crawly. Creepy
Hermit crab?
crawlies. Whoop. Untwist. Keep on down scooting.
Thanks for writing in, our Ocean Explorers in Friday Harbor, Washington.
Think we got any of those? No. Go ahead.
Isopods.
Yeah.
Mm.
That we wanted to flip.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to see one again. I'm so curious as to what that is.
That'd bring it back full circle.
It really would. Remember those? We were just ready to.
I was so excited for
go.
that.
I know.
Just want to do a nice,
Then we found the
gentle,
rocks.
gentle flip.
Then we took Rob to the basalt he wanted to see.
Sorry.
We can go back.
Yeah.
Oh, on the right there.
Yeah, what is that, a field of tanks or something?
Thanks.
It's like a video
Battalion.
game. Take them out with the lasers.
But I'm trenching laser.
Challenge accepted.
So,
I'll get you a zoom on that in a minute here.
All right.
convoy of holothurians or something.
It's an assault on the peak.
I bet it's urchins.
Yeah.
Urchins.
It
Looks
looks
like
And they're the ones they're the track makers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Look at that. Wow.
it's a family of urchins. What is a group of urchin called? Is it a pod?
Collective noun for urchins.
Cluster.
These
Zoom
are
in,
these are oval,
please.
aren't they?
Zoomy, zoom,
Is
zoom.
that what I'm
those are
seeing?
not urchins. Oh, they're urchins.
They're urchins. I was like,
And they
I
have
was
white
like,
spines.
I was like, do you want to double down on them?
Yeah.
Are you sure they're not fuzzy rocks?
That move?
Are they porcupines?
Yeah,
Hedgehogs.
porky urchins.
Hedgehog makes more sense.
Yeah.
You're right. It's not.
Those are cool though, with the white spine.
Or echidna for echinodermata. I don't know.
Oh.
Oh man, yeah, that's good.
He went for the $100 Scrabble word.
Babby
All
Argus.
encompassing.
I would like to buy a vowel. Those are neat. Yeah, this is prime urchin zone, or just cruising along, recycling whatever you find.
If I were an urchin, I'd be here.
Seems nice, right? Kind of like the nice condo. It's up high on the seamount.
Yeah.
I was looking at the trails, and it looks like they were all together for some reason and then came from the same area.
Conference.
They had a quorum.
Or
A coral.
It was a homeowners association meeting.
Seamount Owners Association. Scoot Owners Association.
Yeah.
How can you tell it's the last 6 minutes of watch?
7.
Six.
Oh, it's 6.
And 27 seconds.
Amazing.
all right, Trevor.
So are these forams?
Watch this one. Danger close.
These little raised white areas, those are foram
Ten's
things?
good, but
Benthic forams?
no less.
We don't know. They also could be burrows. They could
You can
just
bump in,
be-
Wayne.
Oh, sorry, bumping.
Yeah, just sediment disturbance from burrowing anything. This is attack mode when only 3 of them go out together, form a flying V.
Flying V, yeah.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm looking
I
through
do.
the guide for an ID here, and
Hand over a move.
They're kind of different, aren't they?
they really are.
What do we got? 50 meters until we're at the bottom of the contours? Yeah. 75.
They look.
Should have stuck with my first guess.
Yeah, they look most like.
It looks flat, but it's not quite yet.
Thorophoramatoid Mentidae. The one, but those are the ones with the also distinct, you know, almost plates, like almost little sail plates, and those definitely don't have them. But I don't know what they are. Feeding front. Viewers suggest feeding front of urchins, herd of urchins.
Heard?
Herd. I've heard herd. I have heard herd of urchins before.
What is the actual one, though?
I don't know.
Okay.
I like feeding front.
A clutch of urchin.
What? Yeah.
All right. 12 o'clock Hawaii Standard Time, 3 o'clock on the East Coast, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock on the West Coast, 6 o'clock on the U.S. East Coast. Good morning.
7:30 in Newfoundland.
7:30 in Newfoundland. To folks in the United Kingdom, Australia, Turkey, Puerto Rico, New Zealand, India, France, Estonia, Germany, Belgium. Thanks for exploring with us. Thanks for being here. We're going to appreciate your questions and the chance to learn with you and share what we've been up to on Scoot number 3 this watch. We're going to hand it off here to the next team, and they'll continue taking you through the rest of this dive. Lots more exploration yet to come, so stay tuned to Nautilus Live and follow us at EV Nautilus on Twitter for the next dive alerts and for any highlights that we have coming out about what we've seen the last couple dives in the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument. Thanks, Aaron. Oh, happy Canada Day to everybody in Canada.
The cathode, sometimes the port cathode, yeah, cathode.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning. We are tracking along at
Good
half
morning.
a knot at a bearing of 310 currently.
Okay. As soon as our pilot gets situated, let's light the afterburners.
Let's light the afterburner.
So Steve, we got a zoomed out view here on HiPAC.
Yeah, I see.
What's the plan? We're at the flat portion of sand, and there's waypoint 4 at the top of a peak.
Yeah, I'm fine just tracking a line straight towards waypoint 4.
Okay.
As fast as we can go.
So when we get to, let's see, we're at the base here. We got about 650 meters to go on the relative flats, where we can probably remain at half a knot.
Yep.
And then once we get to the base here, we'll probably have to slow our speed a bit.
I support that, and
Okay.
yeah, we'll see what it looks like when we get to the slope there.
So we'll just do zigzagging at the seafloor, close to it, take a look at any creatures. Is that the plan?
Do you want to come down a bit there, Dan, and I'll come a bit closer to the seafloor?
Roger.
So
Current layback from the ship for Argus is about 130 meters. So I'll keep that in mind as we approach the base.
Sure.
But we got a bit of time for that. How much time? That's a good question, Jess.
Yeah, ready.
I'll answer that momentarily.
Rumor is we can go twice the speed. We can do 1 knot.
We could do a knot, but then it slows our, if there is anything interesting on the seafloor, if we get down there and take a look, it slows our ability to take a look at it. So it's up to Steve if you want to do half a knot or more. I wouldn't suggest any slower if this is
Yeah,
a
no,
priority.
let's keep it half.
Keep it
You know,
half.
I think
Okay.
it's not that big of a distance.
Okay.
What do you want? 20 meters off the deck?
Yeah, let's do 20. 20 or 17. I can stretch out a bit more.
Roger. So just keep in mind in the swing in. So if I'm 20 down here, when we swing in, I could be in the mud.
Roger.
Or the sand in this case.
Roger.
So we got probably half hour to get to the base at this speed.
Yeah, I'm not paying out quite a bit, not coming down. Do some quick math here. I have an app for that.
There's a fish.
Zoom on fish.
Sure. Sure thing. Do. That'd be good if I'm on auto heading, huh? All right, video, go ahead and, excuse me, go ahead and push in a bit. That's good.
Oh, shy, right at the last moment.
Yeah.
What's the layback again, Rennie?
130 meters.
I'm very bouncy right now. Video, go ahead and come wide, please. You want another try at an ID for this guy there, Steve?
No, I think we're okay with that.
Sure thing.
Yeah, there's not much to look at here, so if we see anything, you know, we'll take a quick zoom at it.
Sure. Mind coming down a bit there on the delta, Dan?
Wasn't really getting there, so maybe one of you smart people can check my math, but if you have a hypotenuse of 2265, which we have, and a base of 130 meters, that gives you a height of 3,000. So if Argus was hanging straight down, we would have 3,000. which is deeper than the seafloor by 5 meters.
That's expecting if the swing, if we were
So-
to quit our swing.
Yeah, but as I paid out quite a bit here and really didn't gain anything.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So I'm just, as I put out more cable, you're just increasing your layback.
Ah.
I could try and put out some more. So that was 2265, just see how that works out. So that's 2270, and I'm still at, now I'm at 20 meters. So it's 2275, and that gives me 19 meters. So every 5 meters I put out, you get like a meter deeper.
I wonder if it's just stored in the cable somewhere and it'll show up.
Probably, right? I mean, we got
Well, you
2,000
get-
meters of cable out.
Yeah, so you get more more surface area on the cable, more layback.
Yeah.
Deeper
Yeah.
you go, the more layback you get. So
That's true.
what do
But
you
we
get?
are going down slope as well right now.
Oh, are we?
It looks, or I guess they're like paralleling a
Yeah,
contour,
pretty
but
much flat.
What's the layback now?
If Argus were to dangle where it's directly back behind the ship, it's at 140, 135, 140.
We gained 10 meters of layback.
From the payout. So Steve, if you look at the high pack map there,
Yeah, I got it.
we got, when we reach the base here, we got a couple options. We can kind of come down to this point and then head straight up this steep here, or we could kind of come up this slope here and then change direction and go up here, just so we're always kind of, our direction is always upslope.
Yeah, I prefer that option B.
Option B.
Keep perpendicular to the slope as much as possible.
Okay, cool. So it'll be like this gradual thing, and then this, and then up. Okay, cool. So when we get here, I will stop the ship, put in a different track
Cool
line,
scours there.
and then
Can we go to...
do the same.
Well, first let's check out some of the biology. Due right of the lasers, there's a stem sticking up from the bottom. Can we look at that?
sure. Video, are you full wide on Herc real quick? All right. Go ahead and push in there, video. Hold that.
C-pen. So this is a C-pen. It's a different C-pen than we've seen on the dive so far, but this is a C-pen.
Go ahead and push in there a bit there, video. That's good.
Probably in the genus Penatula. And I'll write that in the chat.
Come wide,
All
please.
right.
It's a great
Thanks.
Argus shot
Thanks for
with
that.
these ripples here.
Yeah, it's really cool. We got some more of these like long scours in the Argus shot. And they look pretty filled in, or you know, we were seeing things that looked like this, these long scours in the Gulf and the Caribbean and other places as well.
There's a fish there to the right.
And the suspicion was that the long scours could have been scour marks from
Whales, right?
whales, yeah,
Yeah.
beaked whales. But these look, you know, not very deep or much older.
You want to see this fish?
Yes, please.
All right.
What's the vessel bearing, Randy?
Sorry, that?
All right.
What bearing is,
We're bearing, of the line is 310.
Roger, thank you.
Yep.
Go ahead and push in there a bit, video. Hold that. Good, and push in there a bit more. It's good.
All right. Can move on.
Roger. Come my video. Need to move. Coming up.
So Argus is looking the same bearing as the ship.
Yeah, it's good.
Ton of urchins. Some of these black balls have spines. These are urchins that are probably deposit feeders or invertivores.
Is it true they live to be hundreds of years old?
Urchins?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about longevity of urchins. Or sea stars, either for that matter.
Is that another pen?
Zoom on stick.
Zoom on stick. Excuse me. All right, video, go ahead and push in a bit there. It's good.
Oh, we got a twofer.
Got a twofer, yeah.
Plus a polychaete. Oh yeah, another urchin in the background.
You want to zoom on an urchin too?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go ahead and push in there a bit there, video.
Strange looking urchin with the
Oh,
long
come back. Come a
spines.
little wide there, please.
I think this sea pen is in the genus Helipterus or Helipteridae family, but I'm going to confirm and get back to you on that.
Okay, come wide, video, please.
I've been seeing that halo more on the Hercules. Wonder if it's just the way it's tilted or if the lights are different.
Light should be the same.
Yeah.
So I did look up that big single polyp coral collection from the Galapagos.
Uh-huh.
And it was collected in the Galapagos at almost exactly the same depth that we were at last night.
I thought I remembered it from there.
Yeah.
It was purple though, or blue, something.
It was, well, and
maybe I'm mistaken.
It definitely looked the same color, like that tan, beige, pale color. But I would say it's probably about the same size too, so it's a good bet that it's about as big as they get.
If it's the same, yeah, maybe it's a
and so
range extension.
It wasn't identified on that cruise, so I decided to look through the MCZ records and quickly, and I couldn't find it, so I'll have to go back and do a deeper dive with some different keywords.
Yeah, yeah.
To see if anyone had identified it. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll have to reach out. I know someone who's working on that data set reached out to me a few weeks ago, and I can recheck with them.
Yeah.
Can we look at the Sea Star?
I visited MCZ recently and saw a bunch of the collections from that Nautilus has sent to them over the years. It was really cool.
Okay, video, go ahead and push in there a bit there. It's good.
Okay. It's a Bersingid. It's a Bersingid Sea Star, and I think it is at least.
Looks like it.
Yeah, and it's very unusual to see them on soft bottom like this.
All right, I'm gonna have to pick up pretty soon here.
Yeah.
Come wide, please, video.
Yeah,
Thank you.
the goal is to transit this patch as fast as possible and take zooms while we can.
I like it.
So I did come down a bit more. So you
Roger.
should be able to get like way out front. Stretch it out tight, and then you'll have more time to stop and play.
Roger.
It's a slime star there, I think.
Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to blow past here with it. Get out in front.
The blazing speed of 1 knot.
Yep, there it is. 1 knot.
Go, Hurt, go.
1.1. Whew.
Is that another urchin?
Yeah, that looks like a type of urchin, probably a pancake urchin, they're called.
Do they taste like pancakes?
I don't think anything in the sea tastes like what it is described as.
Only one way to find out.
I think maybe if there was one thing that probably tastes like what it sounded like or what it was called, it's probably the blobfish.
Maybe the slime star.
Or slime star, yeah.
Sea pen kind of, you know, salty ink pen.
Might want to zag to your left a bit too while you're out there.
Yeah.
So now that you're at the end, you can zag left.
Yep.
But, you know, I think...
like over here.
Should be about 20 or so minutes from where we'll
Can we look at that star in the lower left?
pause.
Sure.
Approaching mid-screen now. It's kind of, it looks like it's half buried, but just a quick zoom should be enough.
Sure thing. Just... Alright, video, go ahead and push in there. That's good.
This is something else. This is a different kind of asteroid sea star. It's not a Brisingid. It's got these weird spines. I've seen this before, actually.
Go ahead and push in a bit there, more video. That's good.
Yeah.
Weird spines.
Crazy spines, yeah. Let me find a name for you.
Gonna come a little bit wide there. It's good. Is that good there for you, Steve?
Yeah.
Come wide, please, video.
Move on.
So I timed that one. That was 50 seconds.
Ooh.
And you were at the top of the screen when you started. So.
Now you're mid-screen. 50 seconds. So
Yeah.
then 2 minutes from top of screen to bottom.
Well,
is that the going theory?
If you're at the end of your leash, you got a minute before you're
For you underneath.
yeah, over a minute. So that extra 30 seconds.
An extra 30. Video to iris open a bit there.
All right, as we're zooming across the sand here, you want to go ahead and go through some introductions?
Sure.
Sure. Dan has to start, though. He's the trendsetter.
I'm not feeling very trendy today.
Dan, just go ahead and tell us who you are, what you do, whatever else you want to add, and then we'll just follow your lead.
Oh, well, good morning. My name's Dan. I'm from a little town in Oregon called Lacombe. It's so what I do out here, I'm an ROV pilot. I'm piloting Argus at the moment. And my job basically is to keep it out of the mud and keep Herc in view. And monitor the rest of the systems in here. There's 1 or 2 screens around in here we have to look at. But where I hail from is Lacombe, Oregon. It's about 90 minutes south of Portland, 45 minutes east of Corvallis, where the home of OSU, and about 5 miles from where the pavement ends. We wound up there in the middle of nowhere. One of the benefits of this job is you can live anywhere you want.
Yeah.
So if I could live anywhere I want, I would have my own island somewhere in British Columbia.
Your own island.
And I'd have a boat and an ROV.
Hey, we'll just keep going down the line, and we'll circle back to us.
That's you, Jeff.
That's you, Jess.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Jess Sandoval. I'm sitting Herc. I'm from California, up in Northern California, but now I live in San Diego, and yeah, I think that was it, right? That was like that was a trend, right? It was where you're from and what you say.
So if you could live anywhere you want,
Ah,
where would
if I
that
could
be?
live anywhere I
Besides Nautilus.
want. Oh, I think I would live in a capsule in the middle of the ocean, like submerged in the water. If I mean, this is hypothetical, right? I mean,
Nice.
Totally hypothetical.
Sounds like a submarine.
I think I would live in a submarine, yeah. I'm going to come up, reach for some air and some sunlight, get my vitamins, and go back down.
Kind of like Captain
Be a
Nemo.
plant.
Yeah, totally.
Renato Kane. I'm sitting in the navigator seat. I'm originally from Wilmington, Delaware. And I've been spending more time out in Santa Monica, California recently. Not permanently based anywhere, really. And if I could live anywhere, you know, I can live anywhere. And I haven't decided yet, so I can't really answer that question. I do like Santa Monica quite a bit, though.
Life of a pirate.
All right. I'll start the back row. In the watch lead seat is me, Steve Oskovich. I am one of the science co-leads on this expedition, for the biology at least. I am a PhD candidate at Temple University in Philadelphia, where I'm living right now. And I study the ecology of deep water corals, a bit about their biogeography, particularly on seamounts. If I had to live anywhere, I would pick some place with, it's not going to be very specific, but I would pick some place with rocky shorelines.
For sure.
Yeah, rocky shorelines are great.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Jen Humphreys. I'm one of the guest scientists here. I am a second-year grad student at University of California, Riverside. If I could live anywhere, I don't know. That's such a hard question because all places are really cool. Maybe I just travel everywhere. Not live anywhere, just travel.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I like nature, I like cities, I like many things, and I don't know if any one place would have everything I'd want. So maybe outer space, though, if I could like live anywhere for like a very short amount of time. Outer space would definitely be like a high priority.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Why space?
I've always wanted to experience weightlessness for more than like the 2 seconds on a roller coaster that you get it.
Mm-hmm. What about in water?
Water scares me more than outer space does, even though like that should be kind of similar because you need like an actual thing around you to keep the air there. But I don't know. I like swimming. I just don't want to be under the water for too long.
Well, you're probably not going to be able to go to Jess's submarine.
I can visit.
House party.
Hi, my name is Alicia Dazani. I am from Sacramento, California, a little town called Rockland. And if I could live anywhere, one of the coolest places I visited in the last year was Catalina Island out in the Santa Barbara Channel. So if I could live for a little bit on Catalina Island.
Do you like Avalon out there?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Found it to be very small.
It is very tiny.
It's only like 1 by 1 mile.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool little spot. And I didn't get to do much hiking around the island. I think if I go again, that'll be the priority rather than walking around the town.
Mm-hmm. If I could go again, my goal is to see the bison
Oh yeah.
on the island.
How did bison get out there?
I think they were brought, yeah.
Yeah, they were. I think they were filming they were going to film a Western movie. Funny enough, and then they brought the buffalo and bison and never took them off.
Wow, I did not know that.
Your kids know who John
Are they?
Wayne is?
Are they?
He used to have a yacht.
They just kind of keep to themselves, or are they a nuisance species?
Not really. They kind of live up in towards the middle of the island.
Okay.
But there's a lot of like you can go on like bison tours from Avalon.
Yeah, we got probably another 10 minutes. I'll stop the ship and we'll go a different direction.
Roger.
I'll check in again with Steve.
That's cool though.
I'll do that now, actually. Steve, yeah, so with option B, it looks like a slightly gentler slope until we get to the main cone, whereas we could go a long slope and then have more time up a steep slope if we go with option A, but I don't know. We're never going to know which one was the better choice.
Yeah. Let's stick with option B.
Okay, so we'll stop here, go up this slope, and then head up to the peak. Sounds good.
Are you stopping?
I'll be stopping at this first selected waypoint here in about 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and then I'll wait a little bit for Argus to catch up.
Is that a crab or something?
The one that's right below us?
Yeah, is that a sea cucumber? You take a peek?
Yeah.
Maybe gelatinous.
Gelatinous, sorry. Alright, video, go ahead and push in there a bit. It's good. We'll get a little bit more light on it.
It's an anemone with polychaete.
Ah, a little polychaete.
Can you push in a little bit more there, please? But you can push in a bit more there, video.
Oh.
It's good.
Scale worm with a anemone there. Yeah, let's go with anemone.
You guys good there?
Yep.
Okay, come wide, please.
So what's Rockland like nowadays?
Did you say Rockland?
Yeah, I used to live in Roseville.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty similar to when you lived in Roseville.
Come up a bit there, Dan.
I somehow doubt it. What's that, Jess?
I'm going to come up a bit as I come forward.
Coming
Just
up.
want to watch that tether a bit there.
All right, Emily, you got 5 minutes. Go.
Oh gosh. Hi, my name is Emily Ballard. I'm a video engineer on board. I hail from Connecticut. And I'm actually moving to California in August. But if I could live anywhere, I'd probably live on a boat in the ocean and travel around the world. I've done a lot of study abroad, so I've gone to England, I've gone, traveling around the States, and I just love staying in places for a couple months and then, leaving and going to a new place. I'm not the type of person who could settle down in one place. But if I had to choose, probably New Zealand or Australia.
Yeah, I just visited Australia. It was great. And I'll be in New Zealand at the end of the month.
Quite a few of us will be in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check that one off the bucket list.
Get a few minutes in the New Zealand airport.
All right, last one. My name is Justin Richards. I'm the Science Communication Fellow. I'm from Spartanburg, South Carolina. The North American headquarters of BMW, that's a fact. And where the Carolina Panthers hold their training camp. Until now that the new guy owns it, they're going to move somewhere else. The old guy actually went to the college that I went to. If I could live anywhere, I would probably have a house on a beach in Florida, and I would stay there right opposite of most everyone else who lives in Florida. I would probably do summers while everyone else was leaving, and then spend the rest of the year traveling around to kind of bigger cities, ride some subways, just see different things.
Would you join the manatee watch?
I 100% will one day.
Oh dear.
I have actually bought some land in Florida not too awful long ago. Looking to build a house in the next few years.
Oh, sweet.
Gonna get me a kayak and yell at young people who are trying to milk the manatees.
It's good. It's a good life plan. Some people take a long time to figure out what they want to do in life, but
right.
Sounds like
Did
you
I
found
come
out
up
early.
with it there,
Yeah, when
You've
I was
set.
in kindergarten, I
Yeah.
drew a little picture book of me riding a kayak,
Yeah.
screaming at young people, yelling at people to get off my lawn.
You were a hall monitor, weren't you?
100%.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
But also there is a total eclipse going on coming across the southern Pacific into South America today, but we are just going to be outside. Like Samoa's like 10% in the cone, but it is also raining terribly outside.
Yeah. Actually, I think it stopped.
For the moment.
Actually, that's what I would
Good
do.
change of pace, though.
I would follow.
Yeah, it feels really nice that it rained.
I would follow total eclipses as they move
Is that
around the
Umbellula?
world.
That's Umbellula, yeah.
Yes.
So the brittle star crawling
Yep.
around there too.
Yeah.
He's on the run.
Sorry, I'm going too fast by this.
That's all right.
All right.
Pass on it.
Hit the
Roger.
brakes.
Seen a
Yeah,
lot
hit
of
the
them.
brakes there.
Pirouette. On the fly pirouette.
On the fly. You just have a look back at it if you want to.
So why subways? Are you a subway connoisseur, or are you just...
Come wide there, video.
I really enjoy being somewhere and riding where nobody there cares what you're doing. But I don't know, subways are great. I mean, you go down, you pop up, and you're somewhere else. You didn't have to ride through all the traffic.
Through the tube.
Just not a huge fan of walking. I think that's where all this comes from.
That's why we're on a ship.
Right.
You can only go 200 feet in any one direction.
Yeah.
At most.
Try not to think about that.
Trapped.
Is that a second one of the same thing we just saw?
Yeah, Umbellula.
Umbellula.
You got time for those if you want, Jess.
Did you want me to go back to that, Steve?
No, it's all right. Keep on.
Here, I'll move out a bit in front and then we can...
Just keep thrusting. Just keep thrusting.
You can come and do the 180
Umbellula.
on your way.
But I'd also
Yeah,
like to go to
that's
space.
I know you
Yeah, I recently just read Scott Kelly's book, Endurance. Fell in love with it. 365 pages, actually.
Scott Kelly's the twin, right? Doesn't he?
Yeah, Scott Kelly's the twin that went to space. Mark Kelly's the test subject that stayed on. The original that stayed on land. And they did a twin study because they're identical twins. And so they wanted to see the effects of twins.
And what's the conclusion, or is that a spoiler?
No, they actually just got the results back this year.
Get a little taller.
And yeah, you get taller and the age difference shifts. But yeah, they wanted to do the test to see for further tests to go to Mars. And they found that there were some changes in the human body in space.
How about in their mind?
In their mind?
Yeah.
Probably when they go to Mars, there'll be some crazy folks landing.
Yeah, well, because it takes, I forget how long, but it takes a very long time to get to Mars.
How's it going there?
He did a whole year.
They're pretty good.
on Busy,
I'll
didn't he?
I'll go a little farther
Yeah,
with the ship.
he
and
did.
Then, we'll head straight up the slope.
Like 200
I think we'll
yeah, almost 12 months.
we'll want to stop here.
Yeah, there's a good documentary on him about his year in space.
Yeah, I watched it. I have it. It's so good. I recommend the audiobook for his book because he narrates it himself.
Oh, yeah.
I listened it because I had to drive 5 hours to school and 5 hours back whenever I wanted to go home. So I'd put it on. So good. I highly recommend it if you're into space travel. But also, it's not just about space travel. It's about, like, he had, like, ADHD and stuff like that. So it was overcoming those and getting knocked down, but following your dream.
Yeah, the word is the International Space Station will be over us in about a half hour to an hour, but it is very, very rainy and...
Man.
Yeah, I was tracking that. It comes around, you know, every
once in a while.
Every 17, it rotates around the Earth 17 times or 15 times every day.
Yeah.
It's got a...
I met Buzz Aldrin one time, and if he's not in a kayak yelling at people about manatees, he's really missing his calling.
We have a kayak on board. You could use that to practice.
Yeah, you can practice on oceanic white-tip sharks. We've been seeing that.
Is that where he
Start
wound
yelling
up in
at
Florida?
them.
Put a big sign.
What's that? Buzz Aldrin wound up in Florida?
So he actually came to Spartanburg to my college to give a talk. It was a bunch of Boy Scouts showed up and me and my wife.
Nice.
And it was very interesting. I mean, he read, you know, through one of those clear plastic, whatever they're called, where the words come and you read them.
Oh yeah, the
teleprompter.
Teleprompter.
Okay.
There we go. And sometimes the words were not going as quick as Mr. Aldrin wanted them to be, and he would stare off to the right of the stage and yell at someone that we couldn't see.
Ooh,
Go faster.
An oasis.
Yeah. Something different.
Starting at the base of the slope, so hopefully we see some more of this.
Starting to get some returns there.
I'd love to meet Scott Kelly, though, so if anyone knows him, let me know.
We are approaching the ship stop point.
Roger.
And,
ready on the winch.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might have to come in at 2 meters a minute. Blistering. Nothing stuck to this, huh, Steve?
Well, there's one thing down there in the lower right-hand corner.
You want to see it?
Red blobby.
Yeah. Oh yeah, is that some kind of coral?
Red blobby, Robert.
More pink, pale.
That's the pink blobby coral.
Alright, video, go ahead and push in a bit. That's good. Ooh, someone lost a bubble.
What is that?
No idea.
That. Any more
Steve,
guesses?
permission to zoom in on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Any more
go
guesses?
ahead and push in there, video. What?
What?
Oh, is that a
An egg?
sponge?
What is that, Steve?
That is a